What's up, everybody? It's Caring Zulu, and we are going over today Black Clover Phantom Knights, a bad omen training in the Forest of Witches. So it looks a lot different than many of the other, all of the other events that we've done so far, and it's because it's a cooperative event. So when I went through all three of these, Mimosa was at 43%, Charlotte was at 43%, and Soul was at 50%. So all players are working. I don't know, all players. There's probably groupings, kind of like how we did with the other defense capitals, but there's groupings or everyone, but I'm pretty sure it's groupings, work together to get this defense rate up. So you go into, say, Mimosa, go all the way through, bolster it all the way up, and once they get to 100%, then Julius unlocks, and then we all have to go through Julius together and get him up to 100%. So, and then there's each one of them has a different set of tokens that can be exchanged in the exchange shop. I already bought the other three versions of the Jet Black Scarf. Toughen abilities will trigger more often and raises speed extra small permanently, but if we go to level 5, it is toughen abilities will trigger more often very long and raise speed large permanent. So this is really good for your support kind of characters that do toughen abilities, and your healers and other things who kind of bolster your team's defenses and heals and everything. So they'll trigger more often, very long, raise speed, large, permanent. So they become faster, so they move more often, and then when they do move, they do more of those toughen abilities. And if you mix that with the funeral mirror, then you will very easily be constantly buffing your group of personnel. So as you see here, I went in on the Witch Queen's banner. Buy just a couple of these. I have enough. I got her twice actually. I got her on step 5 and step 7. So pretty, or no, yeah, I got her on step 5, and then hopefully we'll get her on step 7. Is what I'm trying to say. So we have her here at step 7. I don't have the jewels to do it yet, but this banner is a very, very good banner. So it's going to be very hard for people to decide. So Julius' banner was easy. It was, if you have Salamander Arm Fagolion, don't get him. If you don't have Salamander Arm Fagolion, go in on Julius. The Witch Queen, however, and Vanessa with Rogue or Rouge or whatever the cat's name is. I only watch the show in Japanese, so I don't actually know what the cat's real name is. But anyway, so the healer Witch Queen is by far the best best healer in the game, and I'll even show you on Infinity Clover here. So this is Infinity Clover. If you don't know how to get to the site, I will leave the link in the description below. But so this is the tier list. We're gonna go to the JP. We'll go JP tier list. Go to the healers, Arcane tier. So she by far best healer. They didn't even put anybody in tier 0 because that's the distance between her and the other healers. So Mimosa and Kahona, best healers in the game before, and now we have Witch Queen healer. She will take over as the healer for everyone basically. They haven't so this has it split between global and JP. And if you go here, tier list, we'll go back to healers, and you can see Arcane tier for JP is Witch Queen and Kahona. So I'm not really sure the discrepancy. I think it's we are getting the same kind of patches that JP version has gotten all the way through. So there's been a buff for Kahona somewhere in there that makes them place Kahona up here in the Arcane tier, and then tier 0 is Mimosa by herself. But so we'll go into the unit itself, and we'll look at the Witch Queen's abilities, and we'll choose from there. So HP 3100. So that's already drastically better than my Mimosa. She gets killed more than I like to say. Formation bat, formation 2 is scale, so probably not going to get a formation match. Most people are running some sort of AOM builder with a Black Bull formation to switch up and get those increased crits. The Grimoire skill during the night. So it's a dispatch for her formation. And so her HP 3100, attack 5500, defense 360, speed is 300, so it's a little bit above average, and intellect 480, very good. So she'll be doing large heals and more often. So special, great HP recovery for allies in range, and a medium chance to prevent death when life reaches 0 for a little while. That's pretty awesome. I mean, you're getting the heal of Mimosa style heal, heals everybody, and then also if they were going to get one shot or something like that, they also have a medium chance to prevent death for a little bit. AOM for a while, the defense of AOM participants is greatly increased. Not really, probably nobody's going to use it, so not too worried about that. Skill 1, great HP recovery for one ally. So this is in-game reads 2XL, great HP recovery for one ally, and then if you have the formation, it's 3XL. So basically full heal all the way back up to full health. Skill 2, powerful attack to an enemy, plus for a long time reduce enemy attack and critical rate. So for a powerful attack to an enemy, I believe it's medium in the game, and then for a long time reduce the enemy's attack and crit rate. So if you can get this off on the other team's Black Osta or Devil or whoever you're going against in PvP, very strong, or maybe even in for the Veto defense capital. A lot of people are having trouble with him, but if you can get this skill off on Veto, reduces attack and crit rate, he might not kill as many people at once with his large attacks. And then skill 3, a high chance to prevent death when life reaches 0 for one ally short. So again, just like a special, so that one has a medium chance to do for everyone, and skill 3 has a high chance to prevent death when life reaches 0 for a short time. So overall, great healer, heals and prevents death all over the place. I like her. I think that she is going to be incredibly awesome. And then so we're gonna go into the Vanessa real quick. Sorry, I got a little messed up there. Enhancers. Let's go tier list so we can see where she sits on the tier list. We'll do JP tier list, enhancers, boom, arcane tier, all by herself. Vanessa and Rouge, best in the game. So this is what makes this banner so tough for people, because a lot of people are waiting out for the Spirit Drive and I don't think we're ever going to get White Day Finral, even though I was personally waiting out for him. But after it reached the third banner, when I thought White Day Finral would be coming out, since it's March, I figured it wasn't going to happen. So I wasn't gonna wait any longer. So I just went in on this banner. Let's go back to units, enhancers, and we'll take a look at the Vanessa and Rouge. So character status, they have 2,750 health, 400 attack, defense of 280, a very high speed of 450, intelligence of 250, and luck of 250. So very fast moving character. She's not going to do a lot of damage, and her intelligence is decent. It's average, so she will be her skills will all be effective. But so her special, disable damage dealing attack other than secret moves for allies in range, and give invincibility status for a short time. So this basically makes them invulnerable except to AA attacks, and then gives invincibility status for a short amount of time to herself. So she becomes invincible, and she disables other characters from being damaged at all, or not at all. except for AA attacks. So if they use a special on the other character, they will get hit. But if they're just doing the normal attacks, they're not going to get hurt. AOM participants' HP is greatly recovered. Probably nobody's still going to use this. Most people use the crit ups and attack ups as far as the AOM skills. Skill 1, disable damage dealing attacks other than secrets to an ally. So same thing as her special. So this does for everyone, but she can just do it. So say you have your tank up front, disable all damaging attacks that are coming in on them, and then they'll use an AA attack and do a little damage. But now your tank blocked all of those attacks. An AA skill is not going to kill them. So it's very useful for just stalling people out, or especially against boss battles who kind of focus on one character. And then skill 2, high chance to apply a ban buff to an enemy for a long time. Just keep your computers up to date. Skill 3, for a little while, attack, recovery, and weakening skills become easier to activate. I'm sure that's supposed to say activate for self and allies in range. So all attacks, recovery, and weakening skills will happen more often if they're in this range of the character. So that's pretty awesome. It's basically the funeral mirror in a buff form. So Black Ossa will come up to attack. He'll do an attack and also do his. So if you have him, I have mine with a funeral mirror. So he'll do his multiple attacks all in one turn, basically, and his big attack moves will happen more often, or your witch queen will heal more often, or whatever the case may be. So it's pretty dang awesome. I am hoping for. I got witch queen already, and I'm hoping to get her 6 stars. But I don't want to jinx it by saying it, but I don't really care to get Vanessa. My team is all out attacks basically. So as you see here, Yami is also in the increased drop rate. So that's kind of a hidden thing there. They don't really talk about it. So Yami also has a 0.5% chance, just like the other two, in the banner. So you're actually splitting it 3 ways until you get to the 7, where you get the Witch Queen or Vanessa for sure. But I would say that there's not the same amount of good healers in the game. We have 2 great tanks, multiple great attackers. Buffers and healers are very low in the game right now, and they can really put you a step ahead of the rest of the units. So I am going to say that if you don't have a 6-star Mimosa or Kahuna, go in for the Witch Queen, because even if you don't get the Witch Queen, you're going to get a really great buffer who's going to help with like the towers and other things where you really need the buffer to be a big deal. And then if you get Vanessa, this is the same banners style that they've been using for everything. 1,800 up front, then you get 3,600 with a increased drop rate, and then you kind of get your 4-step 4s free all the way up till you get the guaranteed at the end. And then you see here their stats again. We went over them, but the one good thing about Vanessa too is that she goes with that Black Bull formation, which is very good. So see here, you see it a little bit better terms. Give damage immunity excluding AAs to all allies large. Gain invincibility extremely short. And damage immunity extra large, and invincibility very short with formation match. So she makes herself completely invincible and prevents other people from getting attacked. But you can see here again the ranges of the attacks, and we'll go over her relic too. So this is probably, it's up there for healing items as far as what we have in the game right now. My problem with it is that most of the healers have a little bit less HP. So what I like on my healer is wisdom and health. I don't really care if they do attack damage. I have Black Asta for that. I have Leopold. My tank, Salamander Arm Fuegoleon, does a lot of attack damage. He has like attack of like 600 or something. Plus he has the Black Asta's armor, which is escaping me the name of it right now, but that gives them another large amount of attack, huge HP, and defense. So I don't care for this item personally. Not too crazy about it, but very good healer. I just wouldn't care for the, or not healer, buffer. I just wouldn't care for the item. Anyone who can keep people alive like that is awesome. And then you see the Witch Queen picture here. Looks very cool. She got the blood magic coming out. Good attack, incredible wisdom, and slightly above average speed. So, and then her health is at 3100. We went over her abilities already, but you can see the ranges. And then this item comes once you get her to 6 stars, you have to deploy her, and then you unlock the dungeon, and then the dungeon will give you this on a specific basis. Like you have to get a great, and then you get the chances to unlock it, and then you can go in and do the quest and obtain the item. But very good for healing. But again, I like the HP on my healers. I like the speed. I like the wisdom. Basically, for my healer, I like the HP, defense, speed, or wisdom. Any combination of those three is usually better for me. So I probably don't care to get this item even if I do get her to 6 stars. But I mean, I'll try everything out, But it is a relic, so it's not an accessory like most other healing items that are good for healers. So it is slightly better in that perspective, because now you can run this and the funeral mirror, which is pretty awesome. And then here we have the event bonus characters. So if you use the Vanessa, Witch Queen, Yami, you get 2 times the points, and if you use Ladros, you get 1 time the points. So if you're in the event, most people have Yami, most people have Ladros. So use them. You're going to get more coins out of it. And then if you decide to go in on the Witch Queen and Vanessa and you get them, then throw them in your party as well. And you will be able to get a drastically larger amount of coins for exchange. So I have all 3 of them. So if you see here, you get the red from Mimosa, 6,200. I'll just switch them out real quick because I've already beaten it, so I don't even need to do the event anymore for now until Julius unlocks, but I will for coins. Where's Ladros? Where you at? Oh, there he is. Alright, so there we go. We got all 3 of them are glowing. Gonna get the extra coins from it, so I'll just show you what it looks like when you get extra coins from these characters and how much it can be. And if you got all 4 of them, it would be even higher. But so 96 times however many squares this is, and I skipped it 1 time, so you can get tons and tons and tons in the special currency for this. So I already bought the jet black for all 3 colors. It was pretty cheap. But then they also have these phantom sheets now with the colors specifically, and so this was pretty low, and I just now got almost 1,000 of the red just from skipping once. So it's going to be pretty easy to go through all of these. But as you see, most of these, the big 6-star items, are all worth the silver, which will happen when you go to Julius. Another thing I recommend, I've never heard anybody else say it, but the thing that I do every single time for one of these banners is I go straight to the bottom of the list and I buy every AP medicine that I can and every skip ticket that I can. I think I got 90 total skip tickets out of this for nothing. Like, I look at all my coins. It didn't even affect me at all. And then I bought all the AP medicines I can, which would have been, I think, 15 all around. And then there's the jet black scarfs I already purchased for 1,200. But look at that. I skipped it one time and I got 1,300. So jet black scarf is going to be super easy to get. And then skip tickets, I can't get these ones yet because we haven't unlocked the Julius together yet. So get on, play through the event, get the Mimosa and Mimosa, Soul, and Charlotte, and we can take down Julius together. It's a pretty cool event. I like the look of it. It's different, kind of mixes things up, but. Alright, so final words on the Bad Omen training for the Witches summon. I like it. I want the Witch Queen. Mimosa has been getting killed a lot for me in various events and unable to keep up kind of with the rest of my team. I can get her to 6 stars now, which I hadn't been able to do before because I used Phantom Sheets on other characters. So I use my Phantom Sheets on my Salamander Amphigoleon, and no, not Charmy. I don't remember who I used the other one on, but I used them on someone. It's been basically Black Austin and Leopold holding my team down for a long time, and then until now. Now I have this, 6-star, 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 and 5-star Witch. So my team is drastically increased in their power over the last, couple weeks. I skipped out on a lot of banners. Didn't really go. I went on the Charmy one, and the Fagolion was a long time ago. Skipped the tag team one that came out, and the Julius one. And so I went in on the Witch Queen one. If you're free to play and don't have this kind of attack set up yet, I would maybe wait for Spirit Dive if he's ever whenever they release him. I've given up completely on White Day Finral, so he was the character I wanted. I really like Finral and his abilities, not only in the game but in the show and the manga. He's actually one of my favorites. I know he's kind of an underdoggy kind of nothing character, but I just like him. I think his ability is one of the coolest ones in the show, and I was really excited to get a strong Finral for the game, but I've given up on it. I don't think it's going to happen. I have my attack set up. Best tank in the game, in my opinion. I've gone against a lot of the new Juliuses, and I've gone against. I even punched up against a lot of the Juliusins in the arena. And punching up means I'm at 7,542, and I would go against something like 8,000 just to see if I can do it, kind of thing. And I would have shown you I had like 1 or 2 losses from other attempts at punching up. But the fact is I haven't really run into a problem with the Julius yet, and that doesn't mean that he's not good. He's very, very good, but I had Salamander Arm Fagolion, so I didn't go in on him. Anyways, I'm starting to ramble now, so if you want that healer to put you over the top, or that buffer to put you over the top and keep you from dying, I think that both of these characters are going to be super, super good in the upcoming tower when it comes again. And I also think that these characters are very, very good for beating that last stage of the defense capitals. I went in on them. If you're free to play and you don't care about your healers, don't go in on them. Healers and buffers. You want to wait for that all-out attacker because you don't have him yet. That's fine. And I mean, if you're a whale, you're gonna do it. So go in on them and have fun with the cool abilities of the Witch Queen and Vanessa. All right, guys. If you like the content, subscribe. I'm looking to get my channel up and going. I have a lot more time on my hands now these days, and I'm working on Black Clover Phantom Knights as well as the new Naruto Cross Baruto Ninja Tribes game. I'm going to be putting out content on both of them, So if you like what you're seeing and hearing, then go ahead and drop me a subscribe. It'll greatly appreciate it. And I'll follow anyone back also on YouTube. So if you're looking to get your views up, then I will subscribe to you as well, and we can work on it together. But until next time, everybody, have a good day. With